Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the 22 Panels Love and Rockets Book Club. I'm joined from Australia by Maria and
Hey,
from just south of me, well, rather than just north of me, by Marisol.
Just a little bit south.
Yeah, I think you're farther south of me than you used to be north of me, but still
Oh yeah.
not so far as to make it like at all significant. And apparently, you're having a birthday this weekend. Are,
Yeah.
are are you turning some sort of cool number, or are you just 17 again?
Out of cool numbers for now. Just gonna be 32.
oh
32 is
God,
not a
so
bad
young.
number. I mean, don't get me wrong, 31's a better number
Yes.
because 31 is the perfect number for artisan pitching. Um,
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Is
A
it?
lot of my favorite pitchers and particularly the ones that are really good at like painting corners and just outthinking hitters wore number 31. Greg Maddux in
Okay.
particular. So that's why 31's literally my favorite number.
that's why it's the
I was
best.
sad when I turned 32.
Aw.
Um Anyway, Love and Rockets number nine. Number nine is another favorite number because there are 9 innings in a baseball game, and Ted Williams was number nine. Now you're getting into my autistic numerology. Um,
Okay.
We're learning
I'll
that
try.
Pat
I'll
is
try
very
to make
much
it
a baseball
stop.
nerd.
I'll try to make it stop. Also, number nine. Number nine. Number
All right,
nine.
that's enough. That's enough, Ted.
Somebody's got to tell me what I was quoting there, though.
I have no idea.
Oh, I don't know.
That's
No.
Revolution 9 from the Beatles.
That's
Oh,
why I don't know.
okay.
Not huge
Yeah,
on the
sorry.
Oh,
Beatles, but
that's sad. That's sad.
That is sad considering I'm the age where I should know more about this, although they are still older than me, like they're
Yeah, no,
my
I
my
said
older
what was
brother's generation.
yeah, what was sad is that
ah,
Marisol's not big on the Beatles.
What?
Yeah, this is
yeah,
what I'm
not my
saying.
Okay.
favorite.
Must be a
I
generational
mean,
thing,
it's
maybe.
okay for them not to be your favorite. I think it's almost reached a point where it's hard for them to be your favorite because, like,
They sound old hat because all the new music is based on them, basically.
right? I mean, there's
Huh.
that, but but also but
Or a lot
also
of it, anyway.
like you can't like even when something is head and tail. I mean, let's use Love and Rockets as an example. Love and Rocket, for that matter, let's use your two book clubs as an example. Love and Rockets and Saga are
Mhm.
great comics. How many comics will you put up against Love and Rockets and Saga among the ones that you've read?
Mm,
Not many, because it's just
no.
they're in league of their own.
But you still read other comics
Yeah,
because if you only read Love and Rockets and Saga, you'd get bored eventually.
it's a very limited little comic reading.
Mm,
Right.
Yes,
Right.
variety would be
So
nice.
I think part of the thing with the Beatles it's twofold. First, they shone bright, but for a relatively short period of time. It's like 11
Hmm.
albums.
Oh,
And second, like because they're so good, there is no era where they have not been in heavy rotation.
mm.
So
hmm.
so like I think like the current generation might be the first generation that has managed to live a life where they weren't likely to hear a Beatles song every day.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Except for people in Liverpool,
Um,
because I was in Liverpool last year and
oh,
there's
I'm
the
certain
Beatles
they
everywhere.
yeah,
It
no,
was
I'm
like every
certain in
cafe,
Liverpool it'll be many, many, many more generations before they stop hearing Beatles songs every day.
like it was like so crazy. Like like you go to a cafe and there'd be other music, but every few songs would be a Beatles song.
Right.
And everywhere you went. It was crazy. And
I,
there's
I, I,
pictures of them everywhere.
You
That's
know, and
true.
I'm not going to put it to the test with you, Marisol, unless you desperately want me to, because among other things, I'd have to get to know your actual musical taste better. But the Beatles are
Yeah.
also one of those bands that like you tell me you don't like the Beatles, but tell me what you do like, and I can make the CD of Beatles stuff that you'll love.
Oh, I'm sure.
You might not
Mm.
love all of the Beatles, but I can manage to put together 80 minutes that you'll go,
Right.
oh, okay, now I get it.
Like, yeah, that's a vibe.
Um, the Beatles are actually and like this is how I'll tie it back into to Love and Rockets because Jaime in particular is like this as well. Um, like I use the Beatles in a discussion of genius that I sometimes have. Like most artists are thrilled if they can touch that upper level above the clouds genius, you know.
Hmm.
Uh, Brian and Fiona have done it for Saga, but as great as Brian is, I don't know that any of his other comics have gone there, right? Um, David Bowie did it for a couple of albums, Ziggy Stardust and right. Uh, Maria, I'm certain you could give us a physical artist and a couple of that has a couple of paintings that are just outstanding, and the rest of their stuff is very good, but not as good as
Mm.
you know. The Beatles had like two albums that were very good, and then lived in that upper stratosphere for the next 10 albums.
Wow.
Mm.
It was
Yeah.
almost every album was better than the last for 10 albums, and like the first of those 10 albums was better than 90% of
Mm.
That's
any of the
crazy.
other
Oh
albums
yeah.
that have been made. You know what I mean?
Up to then, yeah. It was so
Right.
different from everything, and
Right.
like
Uh
classic songs, album of classic songs. Every
right.
album was like
And that
there's hardly any bad singles. So like,
right.
yep, that's a
Hmm.
hit.
Right.
That's a
They're
hit. That's
often
a hit.
they're often albums of singles that all also play well as albums. They don't sound like great. You know how a greatest hits album doesn't always play well if you just play it start to finish because it's just hits and they don't necessarily like all of the Beatles albums play as albums, but they're also filled with
Hits.
banger
Massive,
singles,
massive hits. Yeah.
you know.
Nice.
And we'll now tie it to Love and Rockets. I like Marie and I were talking a little bit before you got here about the difference between Jaime and
And Beto.
Beto. And aside from the fact that Beto can be just looser to do more storytelling, he clearly works faster. I mean, we
Hmm.
also get way more work out of him. Um,
And really good stories. Like
right,
Beto's scripts. Like the depth of his
right.
psychology of his characters and stuff is just crazy. Like it's just so
But
different, so amazing.
but what
But
I would say, like comparing them, particularly until this stage, but I think it really kind of holds over until now. Like Beto touches that stratosphere. Like human diastrophism was in that upper stratosphere.
Oh,
Poison River
absolutely.
was in that upper
yeah,
stratosphere. Like Jaime, like those first three issues where he still was messing around with the pro solar mechanics and whatnot. That's the only time that he hasn't been in the upper stratosphere. As soon as he started Death of Speedy, he just never looked down. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Whereas Beto goes up there a lot and he always floats high, but he also like rather than refining his own style and taking his influences and feeding them into his style, he'll occasionally just do something different. He'll go. I mean, like Stigmata Errata is almost completely different art from any of the Palomar
mm,
stuff. And there are other examples of that where Beto's just like, let's try this today. I mean, it's way in the future, but he did a series recently called Blubber that's all like weird monster stuff.
Mm,
And you can kind of tell that it's Beto, but it's also Beto trying something very, very different. You know? um,
yeah.
so Love and Rockets, Volume 2, number 9. Oh my God, is this cover?
This cover is incredible. I love
Oh,
I mean, it's easy, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
We assume it's easy. And I love the hair just streaking down through. I mean, it's just amazing. Like,
Just the
like,
ghoulish look of
Yeah.
her is
yeah.
so cool.
The scars.
And like the contrast between her kind of, dark, moody kind of body and all this, and she's looking at this
Bright fast
really
food restaurant.
suburban fast food restaurant. And maybe she's hungry. I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on, but maybe she needs a snack.
Well, and
She's
like here's my question. Like, are we supposed to assume that that's somebody in the restaurant, or do you think that that's just a character? Because it could
it
almost,
kind of looks like Jaime.
yeah, like I said, I was about to say it could almost be Hopi, and it could almost be Jaime.
Nah. Yeah, it's definitely not
Yep.
Hopi because it's someone with curly hair or something, but
Right.
it's a
Now,
guy. It's just I think it's just a random guy really when
yeah.
you zoom
And
into it.
it's not too often that doing just the perfect circle yellow full moon makes me like really, I think it's perfect, but like it is
Mm,
because the way the sky, I mean, like, because the sky is just that total black,
mhm,
I find myself completely okay with the nondescript perfect circle full moon. It like,
that's pretty cool.
it lights it properly,
Hmm.
Yeah.
you know. Cool albums for sale from Netherota Records. I mean, I don't know for certain they're cool albums because I don't recognize any of the artists, but we can assume.
Oh, this page, that second panel. I mean everything.
Yeah,
The uh the
I
weird
like the
looking
I,
pumpkin.
I like the two bottom left panels too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
I like the
mean
whole sequence with the dog. That is just freaky.
Yeah,
that is so creepy. Yeah. Like,
yeah,
oh, and the dog is kind of in the same position that she was in. So
Hmm.
she's dog is mirroring, like if you go back to the previous page, the dog is mirroring her position.
yep.
And then and then she kind of lifts up, and then the dog lifts up in the same way. Um, it's like a dog is her in a way, like her dark side. I don't know, but so if you go to the next, look at the bottom left panel, and then look at the next page, bottom right panel, and it's like Maggie again. Are you doing it?
Next page. Sorry.
Okay, so previous page, bottom left panel, and top and next page, bottom right. So this page, bottom right panel, is like a mirror image of Maggie.
Yeah.
It's and then the dog.
Which in some ways is even cooler because it's a 1-2, that is literally the back side of that panel.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And then the dog just starts walking
Yeah.
on two legs, which is really weird. And I love that Hitchcockian the close up of Maggie getting closer and closer and closer and
Yeah.
getting more
Yeah.
and more horrified. Like, what the
It just
fuck?
makes it all seem that much more ominous that this dog is just here and then gets up and starts walking towards her on two legs.
Yeah. And then she's bang, she's back to reality.
Mm-hmm. Going to see her family.
It's
Yeah.
always interesting when Maggie goes to be Tia Purdue.
Yeah. Yeah.
And her
I
sister's
love the
kids.
Maggie,
fighting,
Maggie,
yeah, the
Maggie.
fighting twins.
Yeah. Esther's kids. Young Esther is grown up,
Yep.
pregnant. And one of them is a bit mean, one of the twins, and the other one
Yeah.
defends Maggie.
That's my sister Lupe. You're fat. You better stop saying that. You're gonna get it.
Yeah.
These are
I,
very,
I love
very.
the kids looking so peanuts every time they
I
draw
was about.
kids.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
But these are also very, very peppermint patty sandals.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it's not just the mouth. The mouths are totally peanuts.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
But I love that the
I
sandals
love
are totally peppermint patty sandals.
in that top left panel. I love the one that's on the floor, and even the little
Right.
turned in toes. Everything is
Right.
so natural. Like the pose is just great.
Mama! Yolanda, I told you
Yeah.
if you ever hit your sister again, but
She said my Tia was
it
fat.
was fat.
Yeah, they're great. So
Uh,
what's this all about? It's Maggie coming home, and then she's sort of being a bit judgy about everyone. Like
hmm.
she doesn't
I,
fit in anymore.
I
And
do
also,
totally love when they finally see that Maggie's there. How long have you been
yeah.
standing there? Long enough to watch my little sister turn into a screeching maniac.
Yep.
Shut up, Maggie.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
family parties are always weird.
Yeah. And always a little crazy.
But
Mm,
I mean, like, I get that. Anytime
yeah.
I'm with anybody beyond like so my family's got a limited number of cousins on both sides. So like we can have still pretty small get-togethers when it's
Mhm.
when it's just both of my parents are one of four kids and like I have two cousins on my mother's side and a whopping six on my dad's side. Um, so like I'm not necessarily awkward in groups there, but the second we're anywhere where maybe like the in-laws of one of my uncles or aunts are there, you know what I mean? Is when I start getting
Mm.
awkward because it's like, oh,
Mhm.
I vaguely know who you are. I don't know if I remember your name. I think I know how we're related, though not by blood.
That's the only awkward thing for me sometimes. Like every once in a while, gathering around family, or mostly with my dad's side of the family, it's a bunch of people who I don't really know because I didn't grow up with them.
Right,
And maybe just every once in a while you hear about them, and then you go to the gathering and it's like, oh, I knew you when you were a baby. And like, ma'am, I don't even know your name.
right. Well,
You
and
say
and
you're my aunt. Okay, I believe you, but I don't know
right,
who you are.
particularly like sometimes if the group's big enough or like not always big enough, but like when you're in that group where not only do you not know people, but you figure out pretty quickly that if they weren't related to somebody that you were related to, you would never, ever, ever spend time with them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I feel that way too. Yeah.
It's like, so what do I do? Don't want to seem impolite or rude, but I don't want to talk either
Hmm.
at all.
Yeah, it's just making, sometimes you have to make sort of like just
I,
small
I
talk with
I
people
don't know
and
how
just
to do
get
small
out of
talk.
it.
Like small
Yeah,
talk makes me even more uncomfortable. So I'm
right.
either like silent hiding somewhere with a book, or I latch onto somebody and talk too much, and like
Yeah,
nothing in between.
I gotta say, I've put my foot in it. So when I've tried to make an effort and go, okay, I'm gonna be more sociable, and then I just say the wrong things,
Right,
and
right,
then I look like an idiot.
right,
So
right.
it's like, it's a fine line. I love,
So
yeah,
I totally feel Maggie in this.
Yeah.
yes,
And it's also so cool that it looks like the most comfortable she is, though she's still bored, is when like they're trying to quiz her on the parts
of the
of
car,
the
and she
The
car.
knows
car.
everything, and that's her brothers, right?
Right.
They're her mother's sons, at
I think
least.
Yep.
so.
Yeah. So,
Next time, ask me something hard, like what kind of rigatone uses Padua water, or what the hell is a Balthazar or a Grinslack, and they've got big question marks. Forget it.
he's
Even that
just
stuff when
making
you
it
get to
up.
second grade.
Jesus.
Uh, so yeah. Oh, and she talks about how we revert to the roles when we go back home. We
Yeah.
revert to roles that when we were kids. And she's serving, she's picking up after men and stuff, which is probably not something that you know
Well,
she
and
would
also
do
she was the
normally.
one that got left behind
Yeah,
with her aunt, so she like,
it's like this is not really my home.
right,
Mhm.
Yeah, because this is the house they moved to when they left me with Vicky Glory.
right,
Yeah, so it's yeah, a lot of conflicting feelings. And then they start talking about Easy and the house that this is Galindo's house
right,
that Easy lives in, and she starts looking up at that moon, and maybe that's where that flashback, to the
right.
dog comes. That's
I do love
that
that
sort of
moon.
sandwiches it. Yeah, because that's the sort of creepy shit that happened in that house. And then it's like she can't help herself. She has to go and have a look.
Right.
On this bit, man, that reminds me. I don't know if you ever read "100 Years of Solitude," but there's a scene where this guy, one of the Buendias, gets shot, and this trickle of blood comes out of him, and it goes down the street, and it turns the corner past and it describes the whole trajectory of this blood, trickle of blood, and it ends up at the feet of his mother, and then she knows that he's dead. And that's the sort of magic realism kind of stuff. And as soon as I saw this, I thought, oh, that's just like 100 Years of Solitude, except
Right.
this ends at the feet of this little demon person
And
who's lighting it up
and
on fire.
and it seems likely to be like gasoline, kerosene,
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah. And then, this is
Then
so
he turns into
creepy.
the dog.
Yeah, it runs with the dogs in any case. And then it's on fire and it's going towards Easy. This is masterful, this
Yeah.
story. Like it's just like
I
you
mean,
go
this page
from,
is ridiculous.
yeah. Like, we've gone from very normal, lighthearted, ordinary family stuff, and then you go into this really fucking creepy stuff. I mean,
But
it's
he also foreshadow it. Like so you
Yeah, foreshadow it.
foreshadow it
Yes.
with the flashback, and
Yes.
then you go into the lighthearted if awkward family
Mm,
scene.
mm.
And then
And
you
maybe,
come back to the present day
and also, at the end of the visit to her family, she was a little bit down because she was like, oh,
right,
maybe I'm a snob,
right.
and that's part of it, maybe, like it's part of her state of mind in a way.
Yeah. And then
And
we
then
go
part
for
of,
some high soft lisp.
yeah, what does she see in Scott?
I don't know.
She's so in love with, well, Fritzy and Scott. But reading the other issue that we're reading today, Scott is very uh, present in her life from high school. So she's
Right.
obviously always had a
Well,
thing
and
for
this is
him
a
or something.
flashback to almost high school.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's when they were still young, and then she married him.
She married
Why?
Scott. And then she married the weird self-help guy.
Yeah.
I think we're going through the husbands in
But
this one.
boy, Scott was such a asshole to her. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't he know what he's got there? Jesus.
Well, and it almost seems like that's half of why she keeps going back to him. You know,
Right.
he's like the representation of her low self-esteem.
Yeah. Yeah, like if
Um,
this fat guy, like just,
this fat, self-centered, drunk guy who doesn't appreciate me.
yeah, that's what I deserve, kind of thing. Oh, it was so heartbreaking when he tells her, oh, we gotta go out and go and
Yeah,
dress up and stuff. And then she goes and makes all this effort, and he's with someone else in bed. It's like, oh, fuck.
yeah.
That was just like, oh man, Fritzy. He did make an album with her on the cover.
Yep.
Uh,
And then she's got her sugar daddy,
yeah, they're old.
who also treats her
Who,
really terribly for 5 or so minutes, but then has a heart attack, and she doesn't
yeah,
exactly do anything to save him.
no, yeah. So yeah, so she's got very bad taste in men. Mm. And then what happens then? Oh, oh yeah, and then she meets this really handsome guy at the high school reunion that she doesn't
That winds up
remember.
being the guy that she bullied.
She, yeah, that she and her friends. I mean, it looks like her friends were
Right,
the kids, and she's just kind of didn't do anything. She was part
right,
of a big clique of girls, but I don't think she was mean to him necessarily. And he's out for revenge.
right.
Oof. It's almost like that toxic masculinity stuff that's so prevalent now. You know,
Right.
he's almost like, I mean, so kind of weird.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, uh very disturbing stuff.
And then Venus
Fritzy and her.
just on top of it all. I wish Aunt Fritz wasn't so dumb. I mean, nice. So nice.
Mm. Yeah, Venus has been really bit mean to Fritzy, kind of in a way. Well, I'm thinking of the other issue that we're reading now because
Yeah.
it
I
shows
mean,
more
I
of
think
the.
I think Venus honestly cares a lot for Fritzy. She's just also the one that like
She sees her
cares for
for.
her without putting up with the bullshit.
Venus
I mean,
also strikes me
I
as a
think
very
Petra.
blunt and upfront person.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Petra like won't tell her about the bullshit, but thinks less of her because of it and talks behind her back because of it and that sort of
Mm,
thing. Whereas Venus is like, Aunt Fritzy, you're so smart. Why the fuck are you doing this?
mm, yeah.
Yeah, that's Venus.
I almost don't want Venus to grow up.
Right?
Yeah. She must be growing up by now.
I think she is.
Mm. And then Julio's Day again.
This time just a
One
Just
page.
page.
just his mother praying and praying for everybody else, and then she thinks about it for a while and goes, I want a necklace with diamonds. Uh,
And
and
then
then
near the end of Me for the Unknown,
yeah, they started to feel more like, okay, something's happening that I understand,
Hmm.
like
this melee scene is crazy.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
what happens to those guys that pirate and the mob just descends on them
Ugh,
and dismember them by hand, with their own like eyeballs get
it's crazy.
arms get torn off, eyeballs get sucked out, scooped out, pulled out of his sockets. It's like
Ugh,
whoa.
gruesome.
And we're about to be the kid is about to be reunited with his parents, and he hasn't noticed because he's been on his device the whole time, which is very foreshadowing
Right.
of today's you know youth, misspent
Yep.
childhood. Dixon Deedees. I love this back cover.
The back cover is very cool.
I think that's gonna be my favorite panel. So
Beto.
uh
And
yeah.
let's take a look at some Luba comics and stories.
So
Number 6.
that was cool. I love that cover. It reminds me of,
Yeah.
it's almost like DC cover, like there's something that reminded me of like romance comics. There's something about it,
Yeah.
and I don't know
Yeah. Yeah.
what it is.
It
Yeah.
definitely has a romance cover comics feel.
And yeah, and I don't know why, because I don't remember any romance comic covers that look like that, but there's something about it.
Well,
I love the
I think
Their
between the
poses.
single color background and
mm-hmm.
the font of the
Yeah,
Petra, Luba, and Fritz.
yeah. I love the way the black just joins them all together, the black
Yeah.
Oh,
cloth.
I'm just noticing now the font for each of their names is different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this time we're emphasizing everybody's legs rather than bosoms.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, for once, yeah. And their hair. Their hair's kind of flowing.
Yep.
You,
Luba with a lot
it's
more
sort of,
gray in her hair.
yes, I was about to say, yeah, Luba's obviously older. She's,
I think
she's,
Luba's probably in her 50s now, late
mm,
40s, early 50s.
yeah, but she's always had a hard life. Like she
Right.
looked a
Hmm.
bit beaten up even when she was just in her 30s.
Yeah. Because how much older is she than Fritz and Petra?
I think at
Oh,
least a
fuck knows.
decade.
I thought so.
Mm,
I don't remember if it's ever stated how much older she is than them,
I don't
but
know if it is either.
mm,
knew it had to be at least around 10 years.
yeah. I love this page with
It
the
is a
three
pretty cool
daughters.
one.
Mm,
I
And still
also
Luba
love
with her
that
trusty hammer.
yes.
I also love that it's got Venus
Yeah.
with that look of
Criticizing
really,
her mother.
mom,
Yeah. Yeah.
boxing.
Ah, Luba's Dorian Gray portrait
Yep.
or something. So
She proceeds to burn.
she burns it and then she drinks from some kind of fountain or the portrait melts and she's dip her hands in it or something.
Mhm.
And then she's
I
young
thought she was like
for
using
She
some of
gets
the
to see
water
her
from the river to
sisters
put
when
it
they were
out.
young. Yeah.
what was that, Marisol? Sorry.
Yeah, I thought what she was like dipping her hands in, she was just taking water from the river to put out the fire of the portrait.
Ah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That's much better explanation. So I was like, where did that water come from? And then she looks at herself in the stream and she's young again. And she's looking at her sisters when they were teenagers. So I guess it says here that she's in her 20s and then the sisters are teenagers. So
Mhm.
maybe that's the difference in their ages. They went back to the same era. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Possibly.
You did seem very happy to be 20-ish again, Luba. Yeah, but the sisters, well, they'd have to be younger than. Maybe it's not. Okay, never mind what I just said. Because I think she's older than them by at least 10 years. So if she's 20, they're not 10 years old. So that it doesn't make sense. And apparently, this portrait appears out of nowhere. Like you burn it and it reappears like a phoenix.
Yeah.
So indestructible portrait.
And this is where we start our I don't think they've started talking again, but this is where it starts becoming it'll be a year when the three daughters stop speaking to one another.
Mhm.
Yeah. So this is a year before.
Right.
It's
Yep.
like a timeline to them not talking to each other.
Wow.
So Fritzy doing her psychology during the day and then being an actress
At night,
at night or
during her off time anyway.
off time, yeah. And
Yeah.
everybody's got an opinion about Fritzy and the movies. And Petra wants to be an actress as well, but she feels like like she's a bit jealous that Fritzy's in the movies, but she doesn't want to
Right.
say.
Petra seems the easiest. Seems to be the one that falls to jealousy the easiest
Yeah.
of the three.
Yeah, she's also like she's protective
Oh, definitely.
of Fritzy and also a little bit in competition with her, right? So, and then we got this boys who want to have sex with the sisters, and they got two lookout boys, one of whom is Scott.
I think isn't don't you think this is the scene that Luba was seeing at the beginning of the
Yes,
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Luba.
Yeah.
That's right. That's where Luba got sort of teleported to or whatever by the aliens. We didn't mention the aliens. There were aliens involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Scott. Uh, yeah, he gets this guy with
Maybe,
the
maybe
small
this is
penis.
maybe this is why uh
Scott treats her.
Scott always treats her bad is that the small dick guy made him watch the blowjob.
Mm.
Yeah, and he was upset, like he was
Right.
crying. Yeah, so obviously Scott was a sensitive kid.
Right.
It feels like Fritzy uh uh affected a lot of guys during her
Her youth.
tenure,
Yeah.
yeah, during her teenage years. Because
Well, it
you got
also looks
Scott,
like
they got the handsome guy, and the other one
yeah, small dick guy broke his
ends
head
up,
here.
yeah, like we think I thought he was dead, but then Fritzy says, "Oh, Matt's moving. We don't have to call the police, so he's
Right.
still alive." And then there's a very bad depiction of surfing. Well, I guess it could be. No, yeah, I think a bit more research should have been done with that one. Maybe
Are
Beto.
you saying you don't think that Beto's a surfer?
Yeah, I don't think Beto's a surfer, but
That's
yeah,
funny.
no, it's definitely that looks very odd. They're all
Eagles and Devo.
so there's Scott again, and the girls kind of roped them into confronting this awful rock and roll guy.
Yeah.
So Scott's a new what is it, new wavy kind of guy
Right.
in his music,
Devo.
and this and the other guys like the Eagles, like a rock and
Right.
roll. And it's this era when there were all these new things happening, like there was punk rock, old rock, classic rock was still around, and then there was disco. This is very it's kind of like a historical kind of bit of an analysis of not an analysis, but it's sort of is touching on that the era when old rock was dying and disco took over, and then punk rock came and replaced disco.
Fritzy's totally punk rock.
Yep.
Yeah, punk rock. Is that the same guy? That guy with the is that the same guy that was rock and roll before? Look at his teeth.
I think it is.
Maybe.
Yeah. So he's
Yeah, yeah.
changed to punk rock a
Well,
few years
he
later.
goes wherever the boobs and pussy are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is the same guy.
Yeah. So it's just everybody just changed the music that they liked, and I guess Scott went from Devo to punk, which are
Right.
totally different um things as well.
Now, at this point, at this next page, are I forget if when exactly Petra and her husband separated.
Yeah.
Mm.
Had
But
to have
this
been
is
after this, right?
I think so.
Yeah, because they're still to, together there by the looks of it.
Mm-hmm.
And Petra hasn't had her reduction there yet. Like
Oh,
look at
that's
her
true.
size of those boobs. And then she's got the reduction in this one. And we got
Chapter 3. They're all together.
chapter then Luba. So this is still sort of all revolving around Fritzy doing movies, making
Yeah.
movies, and being objectified and stuff. Because Luba tells him about this dream, and Fritz and Petra was skating, and Fritz was naked. and Fritz gets upset because it feels like it's all this is sort of constant badgering of her about being an actress. Don't you think?
They
Like,
really hurt her feelings here too.
Yeah.
mm, but it's almost
But,
like a
uh,
bit of
but it
jealousy
wasn't
and
enough about me, and I told the director more me, and then, meanwhile, Fritz was naked.
mm. Yes, I see the two that are not in the movies are kind of
Right.
having feelings about it, I think, anyway. Maybe a bit of jealousy, a bit of
For
something. And
sure,
then,
jealousy on Petra's part.
yeah. But even Luba, that dream is telling you that in her subconscious, she's like, what about me? What about me?
Right.
And then Petra says something really nice to her. She says, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna make a big splash.
Hmm.
But then it will be the next day when the three daughters stop speaking to one another. Another
Yeah.
story for another time.
There's
I
a,
do
please
love
tell
this
us the
panel
story.
though.
What happened?
Yeah, like, I want
Yeah.
to know what happens.
This
I
this
need to
last
Yeah.
know.
panel is great.
Yeah. All right.
Honestly, I'm not certain that we know yet.
Oh, really? Hmm.
And we know why they stopped speaking to each other.
That we know either why they stopped speaking together or that they've started speaking together again. I feel like
Oh,
that came up the last time I talked to Beto, but I can't
I love
remember.
this page.
This is a good page.
yeah.
Oh, I love that Fritzy at the bottom and the middle there. That is a gorgeous
Oh, it's
drawing.
Oh
beautiful.
yeah.
In
Oh yeah.
fact, I'm gonna bag this page as my favorite Beto panel because I think he put extra care into this one. It looks so
Hmm.
very like it's a real really nice.
I think
So
mine will
it's
have to
time
be
for
the last
panels.
panel of the issue, the one where they're all three in the pool. 'Cause they just look
Me
so
too.
happy.
Me too.
And I love that Fritz just jumped in with all her clothes on,
Mm,
and they're just
yeah,
hanging out in the pool, having a good time, having a good laugh,
yeah.
and just the ominous sentence of this is the last day they speak to each other.
Right.
Mm,
Kind of makes it a
yeah,
bittersweet panel. It's like, oh, they're having such a great time, and then what happened
yeah.
after that they stopped talking.
Yep. I'm with you. That's my panel. Are you doing the whole back page, Maria, or are you just doing the
Yeah.
Fritz down here?
No, I think the whole back page, I think he's really gone to town with everything on this. Like every drawing on that page is just especially nice. But if I had to pick a part of the page, it would be that depiction of Fritzy down there. But
Yeah, I mean that
you know,
is really kind of outstanding.
yeah.
Though also, and I feel
Also
like
that top
he's
right.
doing Fritz's
Yeah.
Marilyn Monroe in both that bottom panel
Mm,
and that top right
top
panel.
right. Yeah. Mm,
That feels like a Misfits Marilyn, and that feels like gentlemen prefer blondes or diamonds are a girl's best
yeah.
friend.
Yeah. Mm, yeah.
Really nice though.
Yeah. Alrighty. Back to figure out some Jaime.
Yes.
Oh, so this one is hard in that there's so many good panels. They're all it's like a Beatles album. It's all hits.
It is, but I still think I'm gonna go with two panels, but I'm gonna go with a
Hmm.
stacked pair rather than a next to each other pair. into the bottom right or bottom left two, right here on the 1st
Mm-hmm.
page.
Yeah.
Those are nice. Just drunk Maggie on the lawn.
Right.
Yeah.
Mine will have to be the page after this. Just the whole sequence, the creepy sequence with the dog.
Mm.
Like this is not the first time we've seen this dog, but it just seems like a recurring ill omen.
So are
Mm.
we just doing the stacked dog, or are you doing the back and forth with Maggie?
The back and forth, so the whole page,
So
essentially.
Yeah.
all of the page.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I think Jaime was particularly inspired through that flashback. I
Yeah.
I really like Maggie coming out of the house drunk, but yeah, like minute I saw that panel, I thought, oh yeah, like I just love that.
So coming
So
out
the
of the house drunk,
shadows,
the
the
Yeah,
shadowed one,
wobbliness.
or the
no,
stumbling
the
drunk,
top
or the
top
coming out the door?
the
Coming
coming
out the
out the
door.
top. Yeah, the top right. Yeah.
Yep. So we got all of our favorite Jaime panels in the first two pages.
Yeah.
Started off strong this issue.
And,
I mean
and
there
that has nothing to do with there not being lots of great
no,
No.
no,
panels
yeah,
after that.
absolutely. Like
It's only that those were really kind of outstanding.
yeah.
They stood out for sure.
So let me. I feel like
Mm.
And
Sneak
like I
peek
love
number
so.
10.
Issue 10 is a double-sized issue.
Oh,
oh,
So, do we want to
maybe
do issue 10 and a Luba Comics and Stories, or do we want to skip Luba Comics and Stories for next week and just do issue 10?
yeah, let's just do one. Let's just do
Okay.
issue
yeah.
10.
Especially since
It's
it's double.
60
Yeah.
pages. Jesus.
60 pages. Oh, wait till we get to new stories where they're all 100 pages.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Thankfully, there's only 8 of those.
Okay.
Well, that softens the blow a bit. There's not too many of those.
Yeah.
All right. So next week we've got issue 10. We got some
hmm
Julio's Day. Longer Julio's Day than we've
Yeah.
seen in a while.
More Maggie.
Maybe it'll all come to
Maggie.
roost eventually. Julio's Day.
Oh,
Oh,
Bit of a
whatever
reference to that.
happened to?
Hmm.
we finally get to see
Okay.
Errata Stigmata again after so long.
Yeah.
That's a surprise.
Some
And more
Roy.
Roy.
Hmm.
Some more Julio's Day.
Oh. And then I think this is the conclusion of
Yeah, the
Into
conclusion
the Unknown.
of. Yeah.
Looks very conclusive. That's
Me for the unknown conclusion.
excellent.
Oh man.
And some reflections.
More Devo t-shirts. All right.
Oh, I have to find this.
Oh,
Not
Romance
all
Without Tears.
tears. Matt Baker.
very nice.
Very cool. Matt Baker does good stuff.
I love romance
Oh, and
comics.
we've got some lists from them as well. Some
Ah,
favorite comics, some favorite artists.
excellent.
So yeah. Fun issue.
in the letters.
I look
So,
forward to it.
A big issue, but yeah,
all
fun issue for
righty.
next time.
So for Maria and Marisol, this has been the Love and Rockets Book Club on 22 panels, and we will see you after the next page.